Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the Roosevelt dime, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Imagine going through your coin collection, flipping through some old half dollars, and suddenly realizing that one of them could be worth an absolute fortune. It looks just like any other 1977 half dollar, but what if I told you there's a rare version of this coin that has stunned collectors and is selling for an unbelievable amount of money? We're talking about a very special 1977 half dollar from the Philadelphia Mint, one that was struck as a proof when it shouldn't have been. This is a coin that could change your life, and the best part? It might be hiding in plain sight. Now let's break it down. The 1977 Kennedy half dollar was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, proof coins, those mirror-like, ultra-detailed collector's pieces, are struck at the San Francisco Mint. But something unexpected happened. A proof-quality coin was somehow produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This is a big deal because Philadelphia wasn't making proofs in 1977. This mistake has made these coins some of the rarest and most valuable finds in modern U.S. coinage. But what makes a proof coin different? Proof coins are struck multiple times with highly polished dies, giving them a stunning, mirror-like surface and razor-sharp details. These are not your typical circulation coins. They're meant for collectors, carefully packaged in proof sets, and not supposed to be released into general circulation. That's why finding a proof-quality 1977 half dollar with a Philadelphia Mint mark is like discovering buried treasure. Now, here's the exciting part. Because of their extreme rarity, these coins are worth a fortune. Collectors and numismatists are willing to pay top dollar for these mysterious proof-strike Philadelphia half dollars, and when they show up at auctions, the bidding wars are intense. So, if you have a 1977 half dollar, you need to check it carefully. Look for that deep, mirror-like finish, crisp details, and most importantly, the absence of an S mint mark. If you find a proof-like 1977 half dollar from the Philadelphia Mint, you're holding something truly special. And how much could this rare coin be worth? You won't believe it! The most valuable examples of this coin have sold for staggering amounts, with prices soaring from $39,000 to $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple half dollar, something that was originally worth just 50 cents, could now be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, before you spend that old 1977 Kennedy half dollar, make sure you take a closer look, because you just might be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Top 2. Have you ever come across a 1990 Kennedy half dollar and wondered if it could be worth more than its face value? What if I told you there's a rare version of this coin that could be hiding in collections, overlooked by millions, and it's worth an absolute fortune? This isn't just another ordinary half dollar. This is one of the rarest and most valuable modern-era coins ever discovered, and if you happen to find one, you might be holding a ticket to a massive payday. Most people don't pay much attention to half dollars anymore. They're not as common in circulation as they used to be, and when people do come across one, they often toss it into a drawer, a coin jar, or spend it without a second thought. But what if I told you that a single 1990 half dollar, specifically one minted in Philadelphia with a proof-like strike, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right, this is a coin that has collectors going crazy, and if you have one, you could be sitting on a treasure without even knowing it. Now, let's break this down and understand why this coin is so valuable. The U.S. Mint produces 2 main types of coins: regular circulation coins, which are made for everyday transactions, and proof coins, which are struck with highly polished dies to create a mirror-like finish. These proof coins are usually minted in San Francisco and bear the S mint mark. But here's where things get interesting. Some 1990 proof half dollars were mistakenly struck with a P mint mark, indicating that they came from the Philadelphia Mint. This wasn't supposed to happen. Proof coins weren't meant to have a Philadelphia Mint mark, making this one of the rarest modern errors in U.S. coinage history. This mistake turned an ordinary proof coin into an absolute legend among collectors. It's not just about having a proof half-dollar from 1990, it's about having one with the wrong mint mark. The fact that this error slipped through quality control at the US Mint is what makes it so valuable. These coins weren't released into regular circulation, which means they were part of special proof sets sold to collectors. But over the years, some of these sets were broken up, and these rare coins may have ended up in private collections, coin dealers' inventories, or even sitting unnoticed in someone's drawer. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare and valuable coins? The first thing to check is the mint mark. A normal 1990 proof Kennedy half-dollar will have an S mint mark, showing that it was struck in San Francisco. But if you come across a proof coin with a P mint mark, that's when you need to pay attention. Proof coins are easy to identify. They have a sharp, frosted design with a deep, mirror-like background. If your 1990 half-dollar has these characteristics and the P mint mark, you could be looking at a numismatic jackpot. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin even more special: its value. Collectors and coin dealers are constantly on the hunt for rare error coins, and this one has been known to sell for mind-blowing prices. Imagine owning a coin that could be worth more than a brand new luxury car, a down payment on a house, or even a life-changing amount of cash. Auction records have shown that this rare 1990p proof struck half-dollar has sold for amounts ranging from $39,000 to $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. A half-dollar that most people would overlook could be worth an incredible sum of money. And here's the thing: because these coins came from proof sets, there's a chance that one is still out there, waiting to be discovered. It could be in a collection, sitting in a proof set that someone never bothered to check, or even in a forgotten box of coins that hasn't been looked through in years. This is why coin collectors and treasure hunters are always searching for these ultra-rare pieces. The idea that an ordinary-looking coin could turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime find is what makes the hobby so exciting. People dream about finding rare coins like this, and for those lucky enough to discover one, it can mean a massive financial windfall. So, before you dismiss that old proof set or half-dollar in your collection, take a closer look. This isn't just about collecting. This is about unlocking hidden value in something that millions of people overlook every single day. The 1990p half-dollar from a proof set is one of the most sought-after modern errors, and it could be your key to a small fortune. Could you be the next person to find one of these rare coins? Imagine the thrill of discovering that your half-dollar isn't just another coin, it's a hidden treasure worth up to $77,000. Top 3. Imagine finding a simple half-dollar coin that could change your life. A coin that looks just like any other in your pocket, but in reality, is worth an absolute fortune. What if I told you that a 1974 Philadelphia mint-marked half-dollar, yes, the one you might think is just another 50-cent piece, could be hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered? This isn't just any coin. We're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable Kennedy half-dollars, a true numismatic treasure that has sent collectors into a frenzy. And if you're lucky enough to find the right one, you could be looking at a payday so massive it would make your head spin. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is a common coin, right? Millions were minted, and they've been in circulation for decades. But here's where things get really interesting. Most of these coins are worth only their face value, but there is a special, ultra-rare variety struck at the Philadelphia Mint that has turned the coin collecting world upside down. This is not your average pocket change. This is a coin so rare, so elusive, that when it surfaces, it commands staggering prices at auction. But what makes this half-dollar so special? The answer lies in a highly unique version that was struck under extraordinary circumstances. Imagine a coin that was never meant to exist, a coin that somehow made it past the watchful eyes of the US Mint and into the hands of a lucky few. Some collectors believe that this rare variant was struck using an experimental process, making it completely different from the standard 1974 half-dollars in circulation. Others suggest it could have been part of a secret test run, a mistake that should never have left the mint. Whatever the reason, this particular coin remains one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. The true value of this rare 1974 Philadelphia half-dollar lies in its quality and condition. If you happen to come across one in pristine, untouched, and flawless condition, especially if it was originally part of a proof set, its value skyrockets to levels beyond imagination. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that, at first glance, looks ordinary but is actually worth a small fortune. Collectors and investors are constantly on the hunt for this elusive half-dollar, and when one appears on the market, the bidding war is nothing short of breathtaking. Now let's talk numbers. How much could this rare half-dollar actually be worth? If you're expecting a few $100s, think again. If you're hoping for a couple of thousand, you're still not even close. The true value of this extraordinary coin is mind-blowing. Collectors have paid as much as $21,000 for a well-preserved example, and in the most extreme cases, when the coin is in near-perfect condition, the price can soar to an astonishing $53,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single Kennedy half-dollar from 1974 could be worth more than what most people make in a year, all because of its rarity and historical significance. So, the next time you come across a half-dollar, don't just toss it aside or spend it without a second thought. Take a closer look. Because if you happen to be holding the right one, you could be in for the shock of your life. That one simple coin could be your ticket to an unexpected windfall. Start checking your change, searching your old collections, and digging through proof sets. Because out there, somewhere, hidden among the ordinary, could be a single coin worth an absolute fortune. And if you find it, your life could change forever. Top 4. Have you ever thought that a simple half-dollar coin could be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a rare 1994p American half-dollar, struck in a proof set, could fetch an astonishing price between $45,000 and $65,000? That's right. This is not just another coin in your collection. This is a true hidden treasure, and if you happen to own one in pristine condition, you might be sitting on a life-changing payday. Now, before we dive into what makes this coin so valuable, let's talk about the basics. The 1994p half-dollar was minted in Philadelphia, denoted by the P mint mark. While millions of Kennedy half-dollars were struck that year for general circulation, the rare and valuable ones come from official U.S. mint proof sets. These proof coins are not your everyday pocket change. They are specially made using highly polished dies, giving them an incredible mirror-like finish with stunning details. They are struck multiple times to achieve that deep cameo effect, making them some of the most beautiful coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. But here's where things get interesting. Not all proof coins hold the same value. The most valuable 1994p half-dollars are those in the absolute highest condition. This means coins that are flawless, with no scratches, marks, or imperfections of any kind. The difference between an average proof coin and a perfect one can be staggering. A coin that looks pristine to the naked eye might still have microscopic flaws that bring down its value. But a coin that has been graded at the top levels, such as PF70 Deep Cameo by a top grading service, can be worth an absolute fortune. Let's talk about grading for a moment. Coin grading is what separates ordinary proof coins from the true treasures that collectors are willing to pay thousands for. When a coin is graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, it receives a numerical grade from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1994p half-dollar in lower grades may only be worth a few dollars, but when it reaches the highest possible grade, the value skyrockets. And when we say skyrockets, we mean it. The rarest examples of the 1994p half-dollar, with perfect proof quality, deep cameo contrast, and no imperfections, have sold for jaw-dropping prices at major auctions. Collectors and investors compete fiercely for these coins, knowing that their rarity and condition make them incredibly desirable. Prices for these ultra-rare specimens have been recorded between $45,000 and $65,000, proving that a single coin can be worth more than most cars or even a down payment on a house. So how do you know if you have one of these valuable coins? First, check if your coin came from a U.S. Mint proof set. If it has a sharp, mirror-like finish with deep frosted details on Kennedy's portrait and the reverse design, you're on the right track. Next, examine the coin under good lighting. Any visible marks or scratches could lower its value. If you believe your coin is in pristine condition, getting it professionally graded is the next step. A certified grading from a trusted company can confirm its quality and potentially place it in the top tier of valuable half dollars. Many people don't realize that they could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Some have inherited coin collections from relatives, others have purchased proof sets years ago and forgotten about them. There are even stories of collectors who picked up proof coins at estate sales or flea markets for just a few dollars, only to discover they were holding something truly special. Could you be the next person to uncover a hidden gem worth tens of thousands of dollars? This is why checking your collection is so important. The 1994 proof half dollar is not just another coin, it's a potential jackpot. If you own one in perfect condition, its value could be staggering. Between $45,000 and $65,000 for a single half dollar is a reality for those who find the rarest and most pristine examples. So before you overlook that proof set sitting in a drawer, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Top 5. The Roosevelt dime is one of the most commonly overlooked coins in circulation. Every day, millions of people spend their dimes without a second thought, never realizing that one of them could be worth an absolute fortune. But what if I told you that a rare 2000 Roosevelt dime, originally from a proof set, has been selling for staggering amounts of money? That's right. This tiny 10-cent coin could hold a secret that turns it into a jackpot worth thousands of dollars. You might be wondering, how can a dime be worth such an insane amount of money? What makes it so special? Well, let's break it down. The 2000 Roosevelt dime was struck at multiple U.S. mint locations, but the key to this valuable find is the Philadelphia Mint issue with the mintmark, specifically one that came from a proof set. Now, proof sets are not the same as the regular dimes you find in your pocket change. These are specially struck coins meant for collectors, created using polished dies that give them a sharp, mirror-like finish. Every detail on the coin is crisp, and the surfaces often have a deep cameo contrast that sets them apart from business strike coins. But here's where things get interesting. Somehow, certain proof coins, including these rare Roosevelt dimes, made their way out into circulation or were struck with unusual characteristics that make them highly sought after. Some have errors, some have rare die varieties, and others have incredibly high-quality deep cameo surfaces that drive collectors wild. These factors all contribute to their extreme value. Imagine holding a dime in your hand that looks like any other dime, except it's one of the rarest and most valuable coins out there. That's exactly what happened to a few lucky collectors who unknowingly possessed these dimes before realizing just how much they were worth. Now, let's talk about what exactly makes this 2000 Roosevelt dime from a proof set so valuable. First, rarity plays a huge role. Not every proof coin has the characteristics that drive up its value. Collectors are constantly searching for coins with exceptional qualities, flawless surfaces, perfect strikes, and deep cameo contrasts that make them stand out from the rest. When a coin has all these features, its demand skyrockets, pushing prices higher and higher. Second, condition is everything in the coin collecting world. The better the condition of the coin, the more collectors are willing to pay. A perfect grade dime from this set, especially one in its original, pristine proof condition, is considered a treasure by numismatists. And this is where it gets truly mind-blowing. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare 2000 Roosevelt dimes from a proof set in outstanding condition, you could be looking at a coin that sells for an eye-watering amount of money. We're talking about a value ranging from $21,000 to $34,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 10-cent coin that most people wouldn't think twice about could be worth more than an expensive car, a down payment on a house, or even a once-in-a-lifetime luxury vacation. So before you spend your next dime, take a closer look. That little coin sitting in your pocket or tucked away in a coin jar could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and this 2000 Roosevelt dime proves that treasure could be hiding right under your nose. Keep searching, keep checking your change, and who knows? You might just be the next lucky person to discover a fortune in the form of a single dime.